Second
the-
question.
Yeah, sure. First flowchart has to be understood, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, is this doubt session, ma'am?
Yeah, this is doubt session.
Good evening, ma'am.
Can you explain how we can solve the steps of how the file can be inserted? That questions step by step. I can't understand till now clearly, ma'am. That file.
Which one?
And the practice assignment, ma'am, that about the scores and marks.
You
You
open
have
the
asked that file steps, ma'am, for the scores, marks, words.
Sorry, I'm unable to understand. You are talking about what? Data sets or assignment or anything? What?
Ma'am, can I show share screen and question, ma'am?
Question? Sorry?
Ma'am, I will show. Shall I present the screen, ma'am?
You cannot present the screen. Only host can present the screen.
Ma'am, actually, I can't understand how the file can be the steps to arrange the file, ma'am.
File is arranged. You are telling how file is arranged or what? What is your doubt?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
File is nothing but it's cards. It's a deck of cards. A deck of cards we are calling as file.
Okay, ma'am. That how the males and female age can be determined, ma'am.
Age.
Yes, ma'am. Using that because I have seen in the question that actually you send the file, ma'am. Through the file, how can I find the age of male and female, ma'am?
Yeah, through date of birth. Through date of birth, you can find the male and age of that card. No.
But in the question that is not mentioned, ma'am.
You are talking about which question? Yeah, let me go one by one. Actually, yeah,
This is doubt.
actually, from 2.1, question 2 has been asked.
Yes,
I will
ma'am.
take the question one by one. Please raise your hands if you have doubts. So, yeah, I will take questions one by one according to the list. So, are my both screens visible?
It's the activity section or
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Your skin is.
See, notepad and our portal page.
Yes, ma'am. Visible, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. Okay, thank you. So use the flow chart. So I'm explaining this flow chart first, and then we'll go to the question 2.
Okay, ma'am.
Use the following flow chart that was used at the end of lecture to answer the remaining question. This is a flow chart. We have to use this flow chart to answer the questions. So initially, so this is the initialization block. No, here we are setting found equal to false.
Yes, ma'am.
Found equal to false. We are doing. In the second step, what we are doing, that is decision block. No, this is diamond shaped box. We are checking another card. That means whether there are more cards in our pile, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. If there are more cards and not a found, found is initially false. Not a found. That means what is the value of your found? This is equal to not of false. What is not a false? That will be true, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So initially that will be true. And if that is the first card, then there are definitely more cards in our pile. So the condition, the entire AND condition, for AND condition to be true, the entire thing, the two conditions has to be true. So the entire condition will become true.
Yes, ma'am.
So another card and not a found will be true. The condition is satisfied.
Yes, ma'am.
Equal to true. Then we should go to the S path. Because this condition has given true, then we should follow the S path. So in the S path, what we are checking again? We are checking whether correct card. If it is correct card, then we will go to the S path and we will make found equal to true.
True.
Okay. If it is not correct card, then we will go to the no block. Then we will go to the no block and we will check for another card. And again, this goes on for each and every card. So what we are doing, if the condition is satisfied, then we will go to the S path. If the condition is not satisfied, then we will go to the no path. If there are no cards or not a found, this condition, this enter condition has become false, then we will go to the no part. Let us see the questions now. If the variable found stores the value true, okay, what
ma'am.
is the outcome of the operation not of found? So not of found will be false, no?
Yes,
We
ma'am.
have already discussed.
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Not of true will be false. Here we are telling the variable found is storing true, then not of true will be false. Okay. Now see, consider the first decision block used in the flowchart. That means this decision block.
Yes, ma'am.
After a certain number of steps in the iteration, the flowchart transfers to the no branch.
Ma'am,
So
here,
after
here what I did not understand is which branch is this question talking about?
see,
Two
consider the
branches.
first decision block. So you have to consider this decision block, first decision block. After
Okay.
certain number of steps in the iteration, the flow transfers to the no branch. So after this, after certain number of iterations, the flow is transferring to no branch. Okay, this no branch we are talking about.
Okay. Not this one. After we found the card, then also we are going to the no branch. No?
After,
We found the card and the found became true. Then also we are heading towards the no branch. No?
yeah, but here it is telling no, after consider the first decision block used in the flowchart. So we have to look for only the first decision block.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah. The flowchart transfer to the no branch. Which of the following situations are possible at this stage of the program's execution? So what are the possible steps? So what does that mean? This condition, not this AND condition has to become false. When AND condition will becomes false,
If
when
one
there
is
are no more cards, when our pile is empty, then in that case also our execution will go to the no branch. And when we have found a card, at that time also the execution will go to the no branch, right?
ma'am,
Yes,
if we have found the card, but there are many other cards left in the pile, then
That time also, but that time also will go to the no branch,
and
because not of found will be. So if we have found a correct card, then we are making found equal to true, right?
yes, ma'am.
yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So if found has become true, then here not of found will be false. The enter and condition will become false, and we will stop the iteration. No.
Okay, ma'am. But if we have found, okay, if we have not found, when not found it will be true, and all other cards have been checked. There is no other card left in the pile. Then also it will stop the iteration.
Yes, because another card is not there. No.
Yes,
That's why this condition has become false. So the entire condition will become false and we'll go to the no branch.
okay.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
But
Ma'am,
in the,
for last week's content, ma'am,
Ma'am, can you
there,
explain this again?
there was also summary. Is there going to be a summary for this session also?
Yeah, actually this is open session. Doubts will be cleared. But if there are students or if students does not have any doubt, then I will explain the summary. But students have many doubts. No.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. For others, I'm explaining once. So when we will go to the no branch, the question is about when the flow will be transferred to the no branch. So when it will be transferred to the no branch, when the AND condition becomes false. If the AND condition becomes false, then we'll go to the no branch. When the AND condition will become false, when even one of the condition is not satisfied, like if even
Yes.
one of the conditions or both conditions are not satisfied, then the condition will become false. The entire condition will become false. So what is the case is here? Another card means if our pile has become empty, then there won't be another card. So at that time, one condition won't be satisfied. Even in that case, our flow goes to the no branch. So for AND condition to be true, both the conditions has to become false. Even if one of the condition is not satisfied, then the flow will go to the no branch.
Okay, ma'am.
So
Even both of the condition becomes true, then also and condition will be true now.
I will write the truth table for AND. So let's take the here. There are two conditions. Condition 1 for and condition 2.
Ma'am,
And our
please zoom
result.
out. It's
Zoom. Okay. Is it now visible or is it still?
yeah.
Visible,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am, this is visible.
Condition 1 and condition 2. And we are checking and
Ma'am, please
and for
take the
both.
slide center, ma'am.
Yeah, I can place, but question should be visible. No, that's why I'm doing this.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, is this a doubt session or is a revise session?
Doubt session.
Ma'am, please give us the summary of week 2. Then you.
Tanya.
Yeah, ma'am, please.
Asking.
Okay, we'll explain this question. It's in the middle, no? So if both, what is the truth table of AND condition? If one condition is true and another, if both the conditions, if both the conditions are true, then our
I problem flow chart because I can't understand. I am sometimes trying to understand, but I can't understand flow chart.
Okay, I will explain the flow chart also. So first let me
Sure.
explain the truth table of AND condition. If both
Okay,
are
ma'am.
true, if both conditions are true, then AND condition will be true. If one of them is false, if one of them, like condition 1 is true but condition 2 is false, then our entire AND condition will be false. If here it is true, if it is false here and it's true, then also it will be false only. If both conditions are false, then it will be false. So for the AND condition to be true, both the conditions has to be satisfied. Condition 1 and condition 2 has to be true, then only the AND condition will be true. If one of them, even if one of them is true and the other one is false, the entire AND condition will become false. If both the conditions are false, then the AND condition is false. So let us take the same example. Here the condition 1 is another card and the condition 2 is found, not of found, no?
Yes, ma'am.
So condition 1, so found variable, another card means our pile should not be empty. Another card is one first condition, another card, and the other one is found. We are checking for found.
And here false is like null set.
So another card, if we don't have another card, then if we don't have another card, that means it is false.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
and we are checking for not of found. If you see, it is not of found.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. If found equal to false, if we have not found the card, still not of found will be true, but what happened? Not of found will be true, and our AND condition will be false. So even
And will be
and will be false. Our condition, that diamond shaped box, will be false because we don't have another card. That's
Yes,
why our AND condition has become false. So even if our pile has become empty, then our AND condition will be false and our flow will goes to the no branch. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if there are more cards in our pile, that means it is true. Another card is present. It is true. But if we have found a card, then found will be true, no? If we have found correct card, then found will be true, no? Not a found will be false. In that case also, AND condition will be false. Will go to the no branch. And the other thing is, like, if there are no more cards And the last card we have seen is the correct card. Then found variable will be true and not of found will be false. The
False.
entire and condition will be false.
False.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And if there are more cards in our pile, and if
Yes.
we have not found a card, not found variable will be false, not a found will be true at that time. If we have not found a card, then found variable will be false and not a found will be true. So at that time our AND condition will be true and we will go to the true branch. Again the iteration continues. So
Okay,
in
ma'am.
what cases the iteration will be stopping? If there is no more cards in our pile, or if we have found a correct card, or in the both cases, like if there is no more cards and if we have found a card, then also we will go to the no branch.
I can't understand this. This another card not found on, ma'am. Can you explain again this, ma'am, please, ma'am?
What you cannot understand, can you please tell?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
this,
explain the
this-
option.
and the another card not found, ma'am. We are written on the last 4 lines that I can't understand, ma'am.
So what are the conditions here? It is written. What are the condition? What is the thing here? Why I have written another card?
I have confused, ma'am.
No,
Yeah.
I'm asking why I have written another card and not a found here. It is because in the condition and condition. The first condition we are checking is for another card, and the second condition we are checking for is the not a found. That's why that is the condition 1. Another card is the condition 1, and the not a found is
I
condition
mean, last
2.
line you have written, ma'am, the AC equal to 2 and not found is true. That is what, ma'am.
So another card, like if we have another card, then another card will be true, no? That condition. And if we have not found a card, not found the correct card, then found variable will be false and not a found will be true. That is the thing I have written that case. If we
So,
have
ma'am, we
more,
should have to, if the answer is false, then we should have to move to the next step, no, ma'am?
if the answer is
False, not found is false. We should have
uh.
to move to the next step, no?
we should go to the next iteration.
Okay.
Yeah, if there is if our pile has become empty, then we cannot go to the next iteration. Even if we have found a card, then also we cannot go to the next iteration. If we have not found a card, then we can go to the next iteration. Okay, there are all the cases you have to check for AND condition. Okay, so the question is here. Consider the first decision block in the above flow chart. After certain Sorry. Hello. After
Hello, ma'am.
certain, yeah, yes, please.
Yes, ma'am. Explain the options, please.
Yeah, after certain number of iterations, the flow chart transfers to the no branch. So we are transferring to the no branch. Which of the following situations are possible at this stage of execution? It is a multiple select question. So we are telling the flow is going to the no branch. No branch. When the flow will be going to the no branch? When this condition has become false. When this condition. Okay, if this condition has become false, then the flow will go to the no branch. When the condition will become false, when this decision will become false, in all these cases, the condition will become false. So what are those conditions? You can see here, the variable found stores the value true and some cards have not been read. What does that mean? The variable found is storing true, then not a found will be false. So at that time the flow will go to the no branch only, because not a found will be false, no?
False. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
And
if it is false, then it will go to the no branch only. So that is correct option. And the variable found stores the value false. So if the variable found stores the value false, then not a found will be true. True, not a found will be true. If found is false, then not a found will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
And some cards have not been read. That means we have more cards.
another card will also be true.
Another card will be true. True and here true and another card is also true. So true and true, then it won't go to the no branch. It will go to the S branch, no? S branch, no?
Yes, ma'am.
We have some more cards now.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we have some more cards and the found is storing false. So that means we'll go to
Yes,
the
ma'am.
S branch. The variable found stores the value false. Not a found is true.
Ah.
Okay. And all cards have been read. All cards have been read. That means another card is not
False.
there. False. Then also the branch will go, execution will go to the no branch, no?
No
So in
branch.
this case also no branch. Yeah.
And last one, variable found stores the value true. That
True.
means found is false.
False. Then also we'll go to the no branch only.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. My another question is activity 4, question number 2.
Hello,
So
ma'am.
is it, yeah, yes, please.
Ma'am, I have a question in it. I have a doubt in it.
Tell
Ma'am,
me.
can you explain this chart because I not understand this chart.
Okay, so the chart, it is starting with the initialization of found. Found we are initializing it to false. Okay, found.
Okay.
And then this is decision block, dimension block. What we are doing here, we are checking whether there is another card and not a found. We are checking if there are more cards, and we are also checking for the found variable. If we have found a card, then we will stop the iteration, the correct card. Actually, what this flowchart is doing is like it is checking for the correct card. If we have found that card, some card, then we will stop the iteration, or we will stop the iteration if there are no more cards. Okay, or we will stop the iteration if we have found a card and no more cards, that case also. Basically, in this flowchart we are checking for if there are more cards, then we will continue iteration. Okay,
Ma'am?
but if we have found a card, yeah.
Ma'am, here another card is present and not found. Then then it become yes.
Mm.
If both the condition become yes, then we go yes.
Yes.
Ma'am, if upper found is false, then here if the found is false, then what, yes or no?
Not a found. If found variable is false, then not a found is true.
Not
right?
True.
Not
is
a found
true.
will be true.
It means, ma'am, if not found become true.
Mm.
Then we go to yes option.
Yes, we'll go to there should be another card and not a found also should be true. The not a found condition should be true.
And if in the place of found there is true, then it become false.
Yes.
And we know is we go to the stop.
The no branch. Yes, we'll go to the stop.
And
so what are the
2.5, ma'am, question number 3.
Okay.
Can we explain after the yes?
Yeah, after S. Okay, that means we have another card, or if we have not found card, that means we are continuing our iteration. This S block will go to the S block. In the S block, we will check whether the current card is correct card. Whether the card which we have to pick now is correct card. If it is the correct card, that means we'll go to the S branch.
Then correct card means?
We are checking for some condition here. If it is like, if we check whether the student is from Chennai, if it is the correct condition, if the condition is met, then we'll go to the S branch. The correct card means some condition we are checking here.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. If it is S.
4, question number 2.
Ma'am, can you speak about pseudocode, ma'am?
Ma'am, correct card means first condition, another card is there and not found is false. And we should have another condition also, that is correct card means there is a third in diamond also there is another condition.
Yes, there is another condition. The correct card means that means we are checking for some condition here, whether the student
There are
has
total
scored
condition
above
of checking.
90 or whether the student is from Chennai or something. Some condition we are checking in this diamond block. That is the condition in this diamond block. That condition is not mentioned, but if the condition is met, then we are making found equal to true.
Ma'am, can you speak about pseudocode, ma'am?
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, please give us the summary of week 2. Then after you take the questions of a student.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, please, yes.
Summary, ma'am.
Ma'am?
First of all, summary.
Ma'am, can you take any example for this flowchart?
Ma'am, activity 4, question number 2.
2.5, ma'am, question number 3.
Ma'am, summary first.
Summary,
Yes,
ma'am.
yeah, we'll do summary first. Okay.
Yes.
Ma'am, explain this flowchart
Summary.
with example.
first summary देना करते हैं.
First, let the ma'am speak about summary, then we go for the questions. Everyone understand?
So what is an iteration? Everyone know, right? Repetition of
Yes.
a process. That means, okay, in every pseudocode we are doing what? While pile 1 is not empty, we are doing something. We are okay, count equal to count plus 1. That means we are incrementing the count variable.
Yes.
So iteration means repetition of the same process in every step. So, okay, if I write, okay, while pile 1 is not empty, okay, sorry, pile 1, no? Okay, while pile 1 has more cards, while pile 1 has more cards, that means if we do here count equal to count plus 1, okay, so how many times this happens? Count equal to count plus 1.
Till the time there are no more cards in pile 1.
Till the time there are no more cards. So this while loop, so inside the while loop, what we are doing, we are checking for this condition while pile 1 has more cards till our pile, like this checking will happen in every iteration. So when we will stop checking, when there are no more cards. So, okay, let's take, we have 5 cards in our pile 1. So how many times this while loop will be executed? Can anyone of you? 5 cards in pile. It will be executed 6 times. It will be
Yes, ma'am.
6 times. What happens here is, so for the first card, okay, for the first card, if we take the first card, we will check while pile 1 has more cards. Yes, pile 1 has 4 more cards. Then we will say count equal to count plus 1. Initially our count is 0. So count equal to count plus 1 means count will be 1. So now we, okay, this iteration has finished, not iteration, this first iteration has finished. For the second iteration, it will be second card. So we will check while pile 1 has more cards. So for the second card, no, then, okay, I will write first card. For first card, we,
Ma'am,
There are 5
ma'am,
cards.
ma'am, on doubt, ma'am, please.
yeah, for the first card, the execution happens. Let me speak after you ask. Okay, for the first card, while condition is executed 1 time. For the second card, we will check whether there are more cards. So how many cards we have? 3 more cards. Okay, this is the second time we are checking for this condition. Second time. Okay, now the count equal to count plus 1 happen for the second card. Okay, 2 count will be 2. And for the third card, now the number of cards will be 2. Okay, and this is the third time we will check the condition again. While pile 1 has more cards, we will check again third time. Again our count equal to we'll have more cards, 2 more cards. The condition is true, so count equal to count plus 1 happen. So count will be 3. For the fourth card, here the now number of cards left is 1. Again we are checking the condition while pile 1 has more cards. That is fourth time we are checking while pile 1 has more cards. And yeah, the condition, we have 1 more card. The condition has become true and count equal to count plus 1 will happen. Count equal to 4 will happen. Okay. Now for the fifth card.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
How can you write, ma'am? Count equal to count plus 1 equal to 4. I can't understand clearly. I was confused, ma'am, about this.
What is the confusion for you?
Ma'am?
Yeah, what is doubt here? Count equal to count plus 1 means? So if you say a equal to a plus 2, if okay, this is same as 2 plus 3. What you this is same, this is a mathematical expression, no? Count is holding some value initially, count will be initially 0, okay, before this loop. And while executing, you are telling count equal to count plus 1. So count is initially 0, so 0 plus 1 will be 1, and then the count variable will be 1, no? Now here,
You have written 0 cards equal to 6 times, 1 card equal to 1 time. That also I can't understand, ma'am.
yeah,
Then how can you written like that, ma'am?
I have not written, I have increased, changed that in every step. You see, this is separate 6 times. Previously I have written, if we have 5 cards, then the while condition will be executed 6 times. Okay.
Zero means 1, 1 plus 2, 1 means 2, like that, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Now I can understand.
Okay. So for the 5th card, we will check whether there are
It
more
may
cards.
if we have even number.
Hello. Yeah, for the 5th card, we will check again whether we have more cards or not. Well, whether the pile 1 has more cards or not. Yeah, there are no more cards. Right? After that.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So count. So the condition won't be satisfied and we will come out of the loop.
Yes, ma'am.
See, let me finish this. So for the first card, we will check whether the pile 1 has more cards. Okay, if we have, don't take this many cases, 3 cards only. So if we have three cards, then how many times this statement while pile 1 has more cards will be happened?
3 times.
Only 3 times?
4 times.
4 times.
So okay, let us check. So count equal to 0 initially. And while, yeah, this statement is just single time statement. This is not in iteration. This is not in while loop. So count equal to 0 won't happen every time. But this count equal to count plus 1 will happen in every iteration because this is in while loop. So this statement will be executed whenever the while condition has become true. So how many times this statement count equal to count plus 1 or while pile 1 has more cards, that statement will be executed. We have to check for. So initially there are 3 cards. So what we will do, while pile 1 has more cards or not, we will check. Yes, there are more cards, 3 cards here. So count equal to count plus 1 will happen. So count will be 1. Yeah, for the first card, count is 1. And now it has become 2 cards. Right? Because we are moving. Yeah, because this statement also will be there. Move current card x2, move current card to pile 2, move x to pile 2 will be there. Okay, now we will check again while pile 1 has more cards. For yeah, we have 2 more cards. Now count equal to count plus 1 will happen. 2. Okay, how many times we are executing the AND condition now? Till now 2 times we have executed, no? Yeah,
Yes.
now we have 1 more card now.
Then it will become 3.
While pile 1 has more cards. Yeah, yes, pile 1 has more cards. So the condition is now 3rd time we are executing the condition. 3rd time we are executing if we have 1 more. And count equal to count plus 1 will happen. Count will be 3. And now we are moving that first this card to pile 2.
So we have the
We will
number of
move to the
execution was count plus 1.
the count equal to count plus 1, we will move to pile 2. That current card, that first card we have moved to, last card we have moved to pile 2. Again, we will check, still again we will check for this condition. While pile 1 has more cards. No, at this time there are no more cards in our pile 1 because, yeah, all cards we have iterated. So this is the 4th time we will check.
Fourth
Yes,
time
ma'am.
we will do execution, right?
Fourth
No,
time
fourth
we
time
will
we will
check, we will find the while loop has become false. So we will come out of the loop if there is some other statement like, okay, if there is some
Ma'am,
other statement
ma'am,
here.
how can we move X to pile 2, ma'am? When can we move X to pile 2, ma'am? I can't understand.
and we are done with the count.
No, move X to pile 2 will happen in every iteration. So whatever card we are picking from pile 1, we are moving it to pile 2. Have you watched the lectures? Whoever is asking doubt.
I don't
I'm
think.
on Venkataraman.
Ma'am, the right.
Okay,
This
please
is the right.
have you? Yeah, sorry.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am, we watched.
Yeah, no, no.
Watch the lecture.
In between some, yeah, Venkatramana.
Yeah,
or some-
even I.
Ma'am, I only, ma'am,
So
asking doubt.
Who are you?
I'm Venkataraman, ma'am.
Yeah, Venkatramanan, have you watched the lectures?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, what you have understood actually? What is pile and what is like?
I have not understood.
I understand the steps, ma'am, steps and how to arrange the pile, ma'am. But ma'am, in such case, how we can move to the pile 2 and how we can identify that it is
See, you
this
have
age
to
or
watch
that age.
what sir professors are doing in the lectures. They are moving. See, Madhavan sir is passing cards to sir, other sir, no? Yeah, that thing is like we are moving card from pile 1 to pile 2. You have to understand that. We have moving pile 1 to pile 2 means we are changing from one deck to, we are moving cards from one deck to other deck. So if we have cards, we can move the cards from one deck to other deck, no? That's what we are doing. That is pile 1 has more card. We will move to the other deck. That is pile 1 and pile 2. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Ma'am, here the checking is we check 4 times, but going through the loop is 3 times, right?
Yeah, this count equal to count plus 1 will happen only 3 times.
3 times.
No, x2 pile 2 will happen only 3 times. But only this conditional statement will be checked fourth time.
4 times. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, after finding pile 1 has no more cards, then only we will stop the iteration, no?
Okay,
Can we
okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Got it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So yeah, this is iteration, the repetition of a process. So we are repeating this step every time, no? Count equal to count plus 1 we are doing in every iteration. Moving x to pile 2 every time, moving x to pile 2 we are doing every time. So we are repeating the same process for each and every card. So this is called iteration, doing the repeating the same process for every card. So this is called iteration. Termination in iteration, when we are terminating our iteration, when the pile 1 has become empty. When pile 1 has become empty or when there are no more cards, then we are terminating the iteration. So this is the terminating condition to stop our iteration. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Conditional termination means stop the iteration when a desired or specific data is found. So this is while loop. Using while loop, we are doing conditional termination. That means we are checking for a condition, and if the condition has become false, then we are stopping our iteration. If the condition has become true, then we will execute the statement inside the while loop. If the condition has become false, if this conditional has become false, then we will stop this iteration. So this is called conditional termination. Okay.
Okay,
We are
ma'am.
checking for some condition, and if the condition is not satisfied, then we are terminating our iteration. So this is called conditional termination. Okay.
Okay,
Here, yeah, from pile 1 to pile 2, we are moving some cards. We are checking for decide card and stop the iteration when the card is found. So this is the same flowchart which we have seen earlier. So what we have done previously also, we have moved cards from pile 1 to pile 2, and we have checked for some card. Okay, if check for some card means we have checked for some desired card. Desired card means, okay, if you want a student from Chennai, that if you have found the student, then you have to stop that iteration. No, you are checking for Chennai student. Okay. Then what you will do, you will iterate over your cards and you will see whether the student is from Chennai or not. If the student is from Chennai, then you won't check other cards. No, that is also conditional termination only. So you are checking for a particular condition, and if the condition is met, you will stop that. You will check for decide card and stop the iteration when the card is found. That is the example we have seen earlier, found equal to true, found that activity question. Okay.
Checking is conditional termination, right?
Yeah, if we are checking for some condition and if the condition is met, then if in the while loop, in the case of while loop, what we are doing, we are checking for this condition while pile 1 has more cards. If the condition is satisfied, then we will execute the steps. If the condition is not satisfied, when the pile 1 has become empty, then we will stop the iteration. That is also conditional checking. Based on the condition, we are deciding to iterate or to stop the iteration, right?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am, got it.
Yes, ma'am.
Example here, find a card in which, examples of conditional terminations are, find a card in which all subject marks are above 90 from the scores data set. So we want to find a single card, at least a single card in which all subject marks are above 90. Find a card in which all subject marks are above 90 from the scores data set. So what you will do, you will iterate over the cards and you will check whether the student has scored above 90 in all the subjects. If you have found such card, then you will stop the iteration. Okay, that is conditional termination. Okay,
Yes,
because it is like find a card, only we are checking for only one card. We want to find only a card. That's why this, if we want to count the number of cards, number of students who have scored above 90 in all subjects, then we have to iterate over the entire cards, right? Because
Yes,
if,
ma'am.
yeah, if you, yeah,
Hello,
yeah,
I am audible, ma'am.
yes, yeah.
Ma'am, my doubt is practice assignment week 2, question number 5.
Ma'am, my doubt is extended 9.
So let me finish this. Okay, let me finish this
Okay, ma'am.
first. Yeah, find a card. Okay, the second example is find a card in which 3 different category of items are present from the shopping bills data set. Here also we are checking for some condition, 3 different category of items. And if we have found such a card, then we are stopping the iteration. That's all. Okay, here is an example. Here is an example for such kind of thing. So what we are doing, A is initially true. Okay. We are checking while pile 1 has more cards and A. That means and A will be true only. When we are making it to false, it is made to false when we have found a student from Chennai. If x dot city equal to Chennai, then A will be false. In that case, we will stop the iteration, or we will stop the iteration when pile 1 has no more cards, right?
Okay,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
When there are no more cards in our pile 1, or when we have found when we have found the value of A equal to false, then also we will stop the iteration when A will be false when the student is from Chennai. So what we are doing here is we are maintaining a variable to check whether the student is from Chennai. If he is from Chennai, then we are making it to false. And then that variable, for that we are checking for this variable in our while loop. If it is true, if it is false, then the condition, like that means we have found a card and we are stopping the iteration. Okay, this is an example of conditional termination. We are checking for Chennai student here. Find a card from Chennai.
Okay.
Then yeah, if we have found the Chennai student, what we are doing, we are stopping the iteration. Okay.
And ma'am, if A become false, then what we will do? We will end we go to the move card X to pile 2.
Yeah, if A becomes false, okay, A will be set to false. Move card X to pile 2 will happen. Again, we'll go back and check this while loop condition. While pile 1 has more cards. If there are still more cards, we will check. Yes, if your pile is not empty, then there will be cards. If that condition is true, and A, what is our A? A is false. So A is false. That means and the entire and condition will become false. So we will stop the iteration when we will come out of the while loop. Whatever the statements that are there after the while loop, like here, that statements will be executed.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, suppose that A is false and pile 1 has still, there are many cards are remaining in
Yeah,
pile.
but we won't iterate.
They become false, ma'am, both. Then
Yeah,
how we go to the if condition?
we won't go to the if condition. Iteration will be stopped. If A is false, then iteration will be false.
But ma'am, we initialize it to true.
Yeah, we initialize it to true. But if A is become true, if A has become false, someone please.
Ma'am, somebody is interrupted, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, A become false. Suppose that A become false. Here we initialize A to false. And if we are checking while loop pile 1, still there are remaining card. And pile 1 is remaining and there is false. So both become false. How can we go to the if condition? They come out and to move card X to pile. They will not check the condition if.
The if condition won't happen and move X to pile 2 also won't happen because we are out of the loop here. Because the condition has become false, we won't go inside the card. We won't go and read that card. Read card X won't happen. Anything won't happen.
Ma'am,
If the while condition has become false.
Ma'am, I just have a quick doubt over here. Like, for example, from both the conditions, if any one is false, so we have to stop, right? And that is because you have put in the or condition there, right?
And here.
Okay, so or means if any one is true, then only we will continue. If both are true, then also we can continue.
Yes.
But if one is false, then we will stop, right?
No. For or condition, even if any one of the condition is true, then also we will continue. Even if both conditions are true, we will continue. The only one case we won't continue is if both
When
conditions are false.
Okay, got it. Yeah, thank you.
Hello, ma'am.
Ma'am, a doubt, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, when you are explaining the example, ma'am, it is not answer for the question, ma'am. Find a card in which all the subjects are above 90 scores.
Hello, ma'am. I have a little bit doubt in it.
Yeah, sure.
Ma'am, we are making A true such that we want to go to the if condition. That's why we make A to true. Right?
No,
Right.
A we are making it true because A is some flag. Okay, if we have found something, then we are checking for something. Okay, we are checking for student from Chennai. Okay, here.
So,
If we
ma'am, why
have
it
found
to
a
true?
student, here, initially we are checking for student from Chennai. If we have found a student from Chennai, we are making that I have found the student from Chennai, no more. Like, no need to check for other cards. That's why this flag A is kind of flag.
And
It
that
is
is student
indicating
condition
us.
was. Ma'am, I
Ma'am,
think
there was
that
condition.
change in if condition, Chennai student. But here we initialize A is equal to true. Why we not initialize A is equal to from Chennai?
A equal to
From Chennai.
what happen if A equal to Chennai? What you are going to check?
Then file is also still there and that student is from Chennai.
See, what are the data types you have learned? What are the data types there are? What is the A equal to true means that is Boolean. Okay, if you are telling A equal to not Chennai, that is, it means a string. So can you use strings in conditions?
Oh, ma'am, it become true from that somewhere it become true. Then we put A is equal to true.
A equal to true is initialization.
Ma'am, some condition become true and it come to A. And then A is equal to true. Right?
Also become false.
No, here nothing condition we have checked. We have just made A equal to true. This is kind of initialization we have made here.
Can we make the initialization from false also?
Yeah, we can make it with anything we want.
Do ma'am false. Ma'am, just do it this by false.
If we say false, then here instead of A, you have to use not of A.
False.
Yeah,
We use false.
Yeah,
And
if you set it to
okay,
false.
okay, ma'am. Suppose that pile is remain still there, and A is false. So both become false, and we come out from the iteration, come out from the if condition, right?
We'll come out of the iteration means we will come out of the while loop.
While loop.
If condition we won't go inside the if condition at all.
We will just move the card to pile 2.
Yeah, no more. Like we won't read that card also. Read card X won't happen. All these lines won't happen at all. If the while condition has become false, all these condition, where is your while loop starting? While loop is starting here. You can see here and ending here. So all the statements inside the while loop. What are all the statements inside your while loop? These are all your statements inside the while loop. All these statements won't be executed at all.
Ma'am, no, if A
Excuse
is
me,
false
ma'am.
first,
This is happening very late here. We want to finish this and we want to take doubts also. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Go for next.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, if you have some specific doubt, please ask.
No, ma'am.
Activity question.
Could be taken from like A is equal
Ma'am,
to
please explain pseudocodes. Then
This
go
is
for.
pseudocode only. This is pseudocode only.
Anyone.
This is procedure only.
Anyone.
Okay,
one by one.
Also, we could have done like A initiation with like false, and then where A is false right now, it could be true.
Yeah, here you can say not of found, not of A, and here A can be made true. That also can be done. You can write pseudocode in any way. Okay. Textual representation of procedures.
Ma'am, textual representation of procedures, can you explain, ma'am?
Not this.
So this is the same thing, no? Let's start.
Go for doubt.
Yes,
Sorry?
ma'am. Go for next.
Yeah, this is the same thing we have seen earlier also. While pile 1 has more cards, I have explained the same code.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
What we are doing here is just we are picking a card and we are counting the number of cards in our pile. That thing we are doing. How to count the number of cards in your pile? How to count? This is the thing. So what we will do, we will initialize count variable to 0 and we will check whether there are more cards. If there are more cards, we will pick a card from pile 1 and we will make, after picking a card, we will say count equal to count plus 1 and then we will move that card to pile 2. So this happens till we don't have any cards. So count equal to count plus 1 will happen for each and every card. So actually the count variable here is storing the number of cards in our pile. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is the assignment statement? Count equal to 0. This is assignment. That means we are assigning the value of 0 to the variable count. We are setting the value of 0 to, in max we will say no, A equal to 1. That means the value of 1 will be stored in the variable A. Same thing, count equal to 0 means we are storing the value of 0 in the variable count. If we say sum equal to sum plus x dot mathematics, that means the sum, whatever the sum variable is holding, if it is holding 10, and if the x dot mathematics is 20, then 10 plus 20 will happen. That means 30 will happen, that mathematical operation, and the 30 value will be stored in the variable sum. So sum, if the sum is initially 10, and if your x dot mathematics is 20, 10 plus 20 will happen, that means 30. So sum value will be updated to 30. Okay.
Understood, ma'am.
This is assignment statement. What is equality statements? A equal to B. That means we are checking for some condition. If this condition is satisfied, this is equal to, this is simple. You can see the difference. This is double equal to. This is just equal to. If it is double equal to, what we are doing? We are checking whether the value of A and B are same. If the value of, if A is holding 3 and if B is holding 5, then A is not equal to B. So A equal to B will be false. This is the thing.
I just want to ask one thing here. Instead of 1 equal to, there was an exclamation mark. Does that mean that it is not equal to?
Which one?
Ma'am, like for in like a question in some assignment.
Not,
like
what is not, what you're saying I didn't get. Can you please repeat?
Ma'am, A, and instead of 1 equal to, there was an exclamation mark.
Yeah, that is not equal to. Yes, we are checking whether A value is not equal to B value. If A is 3 and B is 5, then A won't be equal to B. Then the condition will become false. If A is 3 and B is also 3, then 3 is not equal to 3. That will be false. The condition will be false. If A is 3 and B is 5, the condition A not equal to B condition will be true. Did you get?
Ma'am,
Ma'am, one doubt, ma'am, please, ma'am.
exclamation mark after equal to, then it checks if both of them are not equal to.
Yeah, if the value of A is not equal to the value of B, we will check. If there is exclamation and equal to symbol, that is not equal to. Okay.
Yes, sir. Go for next.
Ma'am, in activity 2.9. First
Yeah.
question, ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
it
Just
is-
let me finish. Let me finish this. Okay.
Ma'am, it's related to pseudocode.
Okay, let me finish this. So conditional execution means, okay, we are checking for some condition, the if condition. We will execute the statement. Inside the statement, we will execute only if the if condition has become true. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, that is conditional execution. Okay, if condition can be followed by the else statement. Okay, if this condition is not satisfied, then we will directly go to the else part and we will execute the statement inside the else part. Okay, if the if condition is not satisfied, if this particular if
Ma'am, I have one doubt, ma'am, please, ma'am.
Yeah, yes, please.
Ma'am, how we are writing on the assignment statement equal to sum plus sum equal to sum plus x into mathematics. I can't understand it clearly, ma'am.
What you cannot understand here, this is
Ma'am,
simple mathematics only, no? Sum equal to
all
sum plus
classes, ma'am,
x dot
all
mathematics. X dot mathematics will be holding some marks, max marks. So some value will be holding some value like 0 or 100 or whatever the current sum, like 10 or something, some value. So it will become sum equal to 10 plus 20 or 30 plus 20, anything, the mathematics. That means it will perform the mathematical operation and it will be assigned to some variable. So this is basic mathematics only. What you will say A equal to A plus 2. This is a similar thing. First,
Ma'am,
if you are
initially
A,
we have to define sum
what
is
is
equals
sum?
to 0.
Yeah, what is
Yes.
sum? Yeah, sum equal to
Ma'am,
0
can
or
you
sum
please-
equal to yes. So if condition can be followed by else or may not be followed by else. If it is followed by else, so how can you check whether this else is corresponding to this if? By checking the indentation only. This if and this else are at the same level, same height, no, same indentation level. So this if is followed by this particular else. If this particular if condition is not satisfied, then we will go to the else part and we will execute the statement inside the else part only. If the if condition is satisfied, then we will execute only the statement inside the if block. Else part statements won't be executed. Okay, if this is if condition without else block. If the condition is satisfied, then only we will execute the statement. If the condition is not satisfied, we will come out of the if block. But here, if the condition is not satisfied, we'll go to the else part and we'll execute the statement inside the else part. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, activity 4, question number 2.
Okay, while condition I have explained already. This is a
Okay.
summary only of week 2.
Ma'am,
Just
can you please explain the equity statement, please?
which statement?
Equity.
Equity statement.
Huh?
Please explain the equity statement.
Equality
Equality.
here.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
No, ma'am. Equity of statement.
Which one? Can you write in the chat?
Equity of statement.
Equality statement. Equality statement.
Equality statement only, no?
Assignment statement.
Assignment is nothing but, so we will say A equal to 2 or B equal to 2, B equal to 3. That is assignment. Equal to symbol is used for assigning. So if I say count equal to 0, that means the value of 0 will be assigned to the variable count. Okay, that is assignment. This is also assignment only. So count equal to count plus 1 we are doing, no? So what happens? Whatever the value of count that is there, if it is 1 previously, so 1 plus 1 will become, that will be 2. The 2 value will be stored in count. So count will be 2. This is assignments only. These are assignment. statement. This is similar to maths only. If you say a equal to 1, a equal to a plus 2, something like that, the same thing here.
Hello, ma'am?
Equality means we are checking for whether both the variables are holding the same value or not. A
Excuse me,
equal to, yeah.
ma'am, here you say as sum is equal to sum plus x mark, x mathematics marks, and count is equal to 0. If we count is equal to 0, then initially there are some exist. The value of sum is exist. Then we put this sum here after the equal to sum, and plus if we do again iteration, then that sum will come here sum plus mathematics marks, and then store it into this sum.
Yes.
Right, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, understood. Can we take the doubts now?
Yeah, we'll go to further
Ma'am,
doubts.
please explain equality statement.
Equality, I have explained nothing. We are checking 3 equal to 3. Or if it is equal, then double equal to will return for true. If it is not equal, then it will return false. So if the value of a is 3, if we say a equal to and value of b equal to 5, then if we check for a equal to 3, equal to b, that means 3 is not equal to 5. So the equal to operator will return false. That's it. It will return true only if both the values are same. It will return false if the both values are not same. Okay.
Ma'am, practice assignment question number 5.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
let me open the practice assignment. Question number
5.
2.5, question number 3.
Ma'am, B2 activity 4.
The next.
Ma'am, please. 2.5, question number 3.
Assignment question number 5.
So I will take doubts one by one. So let's see, the hand is raised by
Ma'am, practice assignment question number 5.
okay, practice assignment question number 5 I will take first.
Ma'am, my doubt is what is B here, ma'am?
So this is
Ma'am,
some
I think-
options. This requires you to go through the data set and answer this question. For now, I will explain the pseudocode. Okay.
Ma'am, please explain graded assignment question number 5. Hello.
Yeah, yes.
Am I audible to you, ma'am?
Yeah, you are audible.
Ma'am, please explain graded assignment question number 5.
Yeah, let me explain
Week
this
1.
first.
Question
Question week 2 first. Okay.
One question in graded assignment. The question, I think there was wrong data set written.
Wrong data set. Which question?
There was one question where
Question
the
number
data
5. That should not be the correct answer which was given to us.
Yeah,
No,
it was
everything is correct in graded assignment 1. Which graded assignment?
Ma'am, question number 5.
No,
Please
we'll
check.
take this practice assignment first. Practice assignment first. Okay.
Okay,
In
ma'am.
this assignment only.
Sorry.
Question number 6 here in this assignment, practice assignment room. Yes, ma'am. No.
Yeah, just I will explain one question clearly so that you should be able to answer one question from practice assignment clearly so that you should be able to understand every other questions also.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. We'll take the question number 6 first. Then the given procedure is executed on the scores data set. What will min represent at the end? Represent after execution of the procedure. So the question is here. So the question is here. The procedure is executing using the scores data set. What will min? You have to tell what will it represent at the end of this procedure. So what you are doing in the procedure here? arrange all cards in single pile called pile 1, and you are initializing A, B, C and min to 1000 initially. So first you are arranging all your cards in pile 1, and then you are setting the values of A, B and C and min equal to 1000. You're setting the values of min to 1000. Okay. Then in the step 3, what you're checking, if pile 1 is empty, then stop the iteration and go to step 9. So currently our pile 1 is not empty. So we will won't go to the step 9. Instead, we will go to step 4. Pile 1 is this condition. Pile 1 is, if pile 1 is empty, then stop the iteration. No, our pile 1 is not empty. We won't stop the iteration. Okay. So that means we
Now,
are going
what
to
is the
step 4.
iteration?
Huh?
What is the iteration? What is the iteration? No?
I have already told this many times. Iteration is repetition of the process. Please go back and watch. Okay. I have repeated this at the beginning. Read the top card in pile 1. Read the top card in the pile 1. If mathematics marks is less than A, then store mathematics marks in A. What you're doing in the step 5? If mathematics marks of the current card is less than A. So what your mathematics card will store? It will store some score. Your score will be between 0 to 100. No? Your mathematics marks will be between 0 to 100. So,
Yes.
yeah. So even if you have scored 100 less than 1000, the condition is satisfied, no? 100 is, if mathematics marks is less than A is currently
Yes, ma'am.
holding 1000. So if you are, even if you have scored max marks 100, then also this condition is satisfied. So then store mathematics marks in A. So then if your first card is like something like 10 marks, your first card is 10 mathematics marks.
Ma'am, I
then you
can't
will check-
understand how are you writing 100 and 100 for marks mark, ma'am?
I'm just taking a case, okay?
Ma'am?
I'm just taking a case. It is
We are
an
finding the
example.
minimum marks.
It
Okay,
is
ma'am.
an example. Okay. Okay, 10. Let us take mathematics marks as 10. Then 10 less than 1000 we will
1000.
check.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Condition
yeah.
true.
Condition is true. Then what we will do? We
We
will
will-
set, then store mathematics marks in A. That means A will be
1000.
mathematics marks. It will be 10. Okay.
Ma'am,
Mm.
already there is 1000 in A. Then we will add in A.
Then store mathematics. We are not adding. Add mathematics to A. We are not telling here. Then store mathematics marks in A. That means mathematics marks will be stored in A.
Ma'am, already there is 1000 in A.
Instead of 1000.
Yeah, but it will be updated to 10.
If it is less than 1000, we should have to.
We have to record it.
We have to
add a
replace that.
Replace, no, we should have to add.
Yeah, we have to replace that if the condition is satisfied.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
what we are doing in step 6, we are checking for physics marks.
Physics
So
marks.
physics marks, if it is 20, we will check whether 20, if our physics marks are 20, then we will check if 20 less than 1000. Yes, 20 is less than 1000, the condition is true. Then what we are doing?
B
Then
is equal to-
store physics marks in B.
B
So
is equal to
B
20.
will be updated to 20.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So C, in the same way, C also will be updated to, okay. If C is 25, if the chemistry marks of a, okay, 1000, then the condition, the chemistry marks is less than, like 25 is less than 1000, the condition has become true. So C will be updated to 25.
25.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Now what we are doing? Move the current card to another pile called pile 1, pile 2 and repeat the step 3. So we are moving our card to pile 2 and repeating the step 3. What is our step 3? Step 3 we will go and we will check whether there are more cards in our pile 1. Yeah, we have iterated through only one card. There will be still more cards. So pile 1 is not empty. Then stop the iteration. This step won't happen. We'll go to the step 4. We'll pick the top card. Okay. If our in the top card, if the mathematics marks are 15, if the mathematics marks are 15 in the top card, then what will happen?
15 is not less than 10.
Yeah,
So
what
we
we
will not
will do?
change it.
15 is
15,
less
no?
than 10.
So we will
Condition
not
is
record it.
false.
So
Make
we
it
will
10.
check
The
whether
code will break
15 is
here.
less than
10.
10. The condition has become false.
False, yes, ma'am.
Yes.
False.
Yes, ma'am.
A will be,
A will be
10.
we won't store anything. We won't update our A.
A
Then
must
if the
become
if
10.
condition is become false, then store mathematics, that statement won't be executed. Then condition won't happen. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, if our physics marks are 25, no.
False.
If our physics marks are 18.
Please repeat this line, ma'am.
Sorry?
Please repeat this step also.
Yeah, I will repeat. So if our physics marks are 18,
Less than. True,
so
ma'am.
18, what is our B is storing? B is
20.
storing 20, no? We
80.
will check whether 18
Yeah,
is
it will
less than
update to
20.
18 now.
The condition is
Yeah.
become true.
True. Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
We replace the
So
20.
B will be replaced to 18.
18. Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
So same for C also, we will check whether if C marks are 20, we'll check whether chemistry marks are 20, 20 is less than 25. The condition is true.
Then
So
We will
store
update
C
it
will
to
become
20.
20.
20.
So we
Yes.
are not updating our A because A is not like 10 is not less than, like 15 is not less than 10. So when we are updating our B and A and C value, only when we have seen a card with less marks than our A or B or C, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
If we
ma'am.
have seen a card with the smaller marks in the previous values of our A, B, C, our values of A, B, C, we will check. If our card is holding lesser marks than those values of A, B, C, then only we will update. So finally, what will A and B and C will be holding at the end of iteration?
Minimum marks.
So A will be storing minimum mathematics marks, B will be storing minimum physics marks, and C will be storing minimum chemistry marks. Because we are updating our A, B, C values only if we have seen a card with the lesser marks than existing cards. So at the end of iteration, A, B, C will be holding the minimum marks of maths, physics, and chemistry respectively. Okay, is it clear for everyone?
I'm not clear, ma'am.
It is not clear for you.
Ma'am, my doubt is why step 8, ma'am, if
Can you
step-
explain again, ma'am, please, ma'am?
See, tell me specifically what is not clear.
move the current card to another file 2 and repeat from 3, then why we go to step 9, ma'am?
Step 9. So we won't go to step 9. We'll go to step 3 only. We will iterate. If pile 1 is empty, that thing, then stop the iteration. This step happens every time until we'll go to, until this condition has, until our pile 1 has become empty. So after iterating, if our pile 1 has become empty, after iterating all the cards, then we will see this condition again.
Okay, ma'am.
If pile
Clear,
1
ma'am.
is, if pile 1 is empty, then stop the iteration. The iteration we will stop this current iteration and go to step 9. We'll go to the step 9. Okay, what is our step 9? If A is less than B, then store A in min.
10 is
Okay,
less
ma'am.
than 20.
Clear, ma'am.
Ma'am, 10 is less than 20.
Yeah. What are our values of A? A is 10.
And less than 18.
A is 10. We'll see whether A is less than B. We'll check whether 10 is less than B. What is our B? 18.
18, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, 10 is less than B. Yes, 10 is less than B. What we have to do in this case? Then store A in minimum, in min. So in min, we will store the value of A. What is our value of A? 10. Okay. Otherwise,
how are you
if
writing?
If C is less than min, then store C in min. So what is your value of C?
20. No, ma'am.
20.
False.
20 is less than min, we are checking. Min, that means 10. 20
Ma'am,
is
please
not
mute
less
him.
than 20. Sorry?
Ma'am, we can't hear you. Someone is.
Yeah, ma'am, please mute.
Who is
Ma'am,
that?
someone was playing bhajan or songs
Yeah,
while
yeah,
you
yeah.
were teaching.
It has been stopped now. Ma'am, please continue.
Ma'am, it's Deepak Rana.
Ma'am, please
How are
continue.
you, right?
Ma'am, so that means once the step 9 has been completed, we will not check
Ma'am,
other cards.
Yeah, once the step 9 has completed, we won't check for other cards. Check 9 will happen only, step 9 will be executed only after checking each and every card. So after stopping that iteration only, after your pile 1 has become empty, that means after you are checking each and every card, then only you will go to step 9. Because in
ma'am,
step 9,
can we take the always less than value?
no, it's not like that. No.
Ma'am, can you complete it? 20 less
Sir, I
than 10.
asked doubt, ma'am.
20 is not less than 10.
Yes,
So
ma'am, full.
minimum 20 is not less than 10. So minimum won't be updated. So minimum will be 10 only. So what minimum is storing finally?
10.
10. That means what? Minimum marks.
Lowest
Like
mathematics mark.
no, it is storing lowest marks across all subjects. So if it is like physics is if physics has lesser value, then min will be storing that lesser value only. So it will store the lesser value of all 3 subjects. So it is the lowest marks across all 3 subjects. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Wait, ma'am. Shall I ask some
Can
doubt,
we
ma'am?
take always the less than value?
No, it is not like that. You can take, you should take different cases actually.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
if there is a specific subject come, ma'am, specific there, ma'am, it means that physics, chemistry, one, math, only one subject will decide. So fourth option is wrong, ma'am.
Fourth option is
wrong, ma'am.
No, not wrong. What is that subject you are selecting?
And
It is
if
the lowest marks of all subjects. The subject which you are selecting is the lowest marks of all the
in a
across all the
particular
subjects.
Sir, I asked some doubt, ma'am.
in a
Sir, I asked-
particular subject, in a
Please.
particular subject, ma'am, we select. Here minimum
What
marks
is
is
that
10.
particular subject?
Ma'am,
Every time it will be the lowest marks across all the subjects. So see.
okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Number 8. Ma'am.
Same practice
Sir,
assignment.
I asked,
question
ma'am,
8.
please, ma'am.
Same
Ma'am,
practice
2.9
assignment question
Ma'am.
8.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
I'm
is it
K.
clear for
Venkataramanan.
everyone? Is it clear for everyone?
Yes,
Spend
ma'am.
5
Ma'am.
minutes.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
I'm Venkataramanan.
Sorry.
Sir, I
this,
asked
Same
so-
practice assignment question
Yes,
number
please
8.
speak.
yeah,
Ma'am.
actually, I just wanted to know that this format of writing stepwise, even this is a pseudocode, right?
This is procedure we call.
Okay, and the pseudocode is the one in which we use indentation and the conditions, right?
This is a yeah.
Ma'am.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
same
yes.
practice assignment question
Ma'am.
number 8.
Same
The
practice
same
assignment
practice.
question number 8.
Ma'am, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah,
please,
what
ma'am.
is your doubt? Yeah, yes.
Ma'am, how
Ma'am,
are you
this
writing that
this
15 less
code is very
than
confusing.
that 15
Wait,
less than
Venkatama.
10? That I can't. That like under how we are writing, ma'am.
I'm taking just an example, okay? You can take any example and you can just iterate.
Ma'am, actually, why are you writing like that, ma'am? 15 less than 10, then 20 less than 10 less than 20, 18 less than 20. That like under how extra. Why are you writing, ma'am?
It is just to make you understand. While solving, you have to take example and solve. Then it will be more clear to you also. If you just read the pseudocode, you won't get it completely. If you take example and solve, you will get okay. Some
Yes,
idea.
ma'am.
I have a doubt in 9th and 10th.
Question number 8.
Statement.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
please
question number 8.
Okay, I will
Activity
explain the
2.9
question number 8 first.
And then 2.5 question number 3.
The following pseudocode is executing using the scores data set. Okay, A, B, C values are 0 initially. This is pseudocode. We are calling it as pseudocode. If it is step by step, then we will call it as procedure. The following pseudocode is executed using the scores data set. Okay. Then what we have to check? The question is here. What will be the value of C minus A represent? At the end of execution, we are asking what will be the value of C minus A. It is multiple select question. So what is your C, what is your A, you have to look for. So what you are doing here, A equal to 0, B equal to 0, C equal to 0, you are setting initially. Okay. What you are doing again, while pile 1 has more cards, that means you are iterating over your pile, that pile. Read the top card X from pile 1. You are reading the top card. And what you are doing, if X dot mathematics less than X dot physics, then you are making A equal to A plus 1, B equal to B plus 1, C equal to C plus 1. So when this increment will happen, if X dot mathematics is less than physics marks. If mathematics marks are less than physics marks, then A equal to A plus 1 will happen. B equal to B plus 1, B equal to and C equal to C plus 1 will happen.
Ma'am,
Okay, if
physics
X
is
dot
mandatory.
mathematics, sorry,
Physics is mandatory for this thing.
you are very feeble. I'm unable to hear it properly. Can you speak louder?
Ma'am, physics is mandatory for this thing.
It's still not clear. Can anyone tell what he's
Ma'am,
telling?
he is saying, is physics mandatory?
Asking, physics is mandatory for this. Is it audible, ma'am?
Is physics mandatory for this, like for learning computational thinking? I guess.
Fundamental, I'm asking the fundamental. The physics should be needable for this CT. The competitive
nothing is
thinking
needed. No.
should needable. Should that's my question. Yeah, thanks.
No.
Thank you.
Yeah, if X dot,
Ma'am.
if X dot mathematics greater than X dot physics, then we are incrementing B and C. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you explain 2.5 question 3 now?
Yeah, let me
Ma'am,
finish
here
this.
whatever the value A or B or C, we will increment it now if the statement is true.
So A, B, C will be incremented if mathematics marks are less than physics marks, but B will be and C are incremented. Okay, I will tell this. C equal to C plus 1. Okay. And when we are incrementing C, if mathematics marks are equal to physics marks, then we are incrementing C. All. Okay. So what is the question asked for? C minus A, right? What is the value of C minus A represent? So when C is getting incremented, C is getting incremented even if
In both the conditions.
mathematics marks are equal to physics marks, mathematics greater than physics marks, or mathematics marks less than physics marks. In all the cases, C is getting incremented. So actually, what is C? What is C? C stores the total number of cards. Total number of cards only. Because for every card, any of the following case will happen.
Yes.
Yeah, mathematics marks can be less or less, greater or equal. So it will be the total number of cards. What is A? A is getting incremented only if the value of maths marks are less than physics marks. So we are telling A will be counting number of students with maths marks less than physics marks. Maths marks less than physics marks. So out of the total number of cards, if we subtract the students who have scored whose maths marks less than physics marks, then what will be our answer? We'll go step by step. Okay, number of students whose mathematics marks are at least as much as physics marks. That means At least means the student has scored
At least equal.
Greater than or equal to, like his mathematics marks are
Yeah,
greater
this
than
is
or
the
equal
correct
to
option.
physics marks. So out of the total number of cards, if we have subtracted the cards with max marks less than physics marks, then what students will be left with? With the students whose mathematics marks are greater than or equal to physics marks only, right? So this is correct only, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The next option, number of students whose mathematics marks are at most as much as physics marks. At most means whose mathematics marks are less than or equal to physics marks at most. At most means he can score less than physics marks or equal to physics marks, but not more than, less than or equal to physics marks. But out of the total number of cards, if we subtract mathematics marks less than physics marks card, then we will be left with greater than or equal to only. This is not correct option because it is telling only less than or equal to physics marks. That is not condition, not correct, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
Number
ma'am.
of students whose physics marks are at least as much as
Hello.
mathematics. Yeah. That means physics
I'm
marks
actually, I forgot.
are at least as much
Now audible.
as mathematics. At least means greater than or equal to
Greater than.
max. So the student must have scored greater than or equal to physics marks are greater than or equal to max marks. But what we are doing here, number of students with the math, out of total number of students, if we subtract max less than physics marks student, then we will left with the max marks greater than or equal to physics marks. Here, if you reverse this condition, then what is the case here? In the other terms, if the student's physics marks are greater than mathematics marks, that means mathematics marks are less than physics marks, no?
Less than equal.
Less than or equal to physics marks. Okay.
Ma'am, can you do 2.5 question 3 now?
Yeah, sure. Wait. So this is also not correct. Number of students whose physics marks are at most as much as mathematics. So physics marks are less than or equal to max marks at most. So
Yeah, that's
in the
true.
other way of saying is like his mathematics marks, if his physics marks are less than max marks, then max marks will be greater than physics marks.
Greater than.
So this is also the same as your first option.
Hello, ma'am.
This one, yeah, that's why this is
Ma'am?
also correct. Yeah.
Physics marks, ma'am, just open that page. Open that page, ma'am. You just escape the page. Ma'am, here you say physics marks is greater than equal to math marks. Ma'am, it is true. Actually, you can see that math marks greater than is equal to greater than X physics. It become false. Ma'am, how can you say that third? How can you say third is false?
Third is false. Yeah, third is false because physics marks are greater than or equal to max marks. That means if physics marks are greater than max marks, then max marks are less than physics marks. No. If I say A greater than B, then B is less than A, right?
Ma'am, second condition is false.
The second condition is the other way of saying that.
So
if you see, we can say 3 greater than 5 or 5 less than 3, right?
5.
Condition and situation is
3 greater than 5, ma'am. False.
Or
3 greater than 5.
Yes, 3 greater than 5, or we can say 5 less than 3.
Yes, ma'am, it is right. You are saying right. Both conditions are same. But I want to emphasize on the B math greater than physics. B is equal to B plus 1. C is equal to C plus 1. Ma'am, that condition. And you write downstairs third condition. And here both are opposite. I'm right.
I'm not getting your question completely.
Ma'am, here downstairs you just write the 4 options. And third option is wrong. It's right, ma'am, because we are not counting B. Here B is already false. So B is false, then we can say that it is
See,
included.
what C minus A will represent? What is your C? C is total number of cards. What
Yes,
is
ma'am.
your A? The number of cards with the max marks less than physics marks.
Yes, ma'am. Math marks is less than physics
Then
marks.
physics marks. So if you subtract C minus A out of the total cards, if you have subtracted the cards whose max marks are less than physics marks, then you will be left with the cards only whose max marks are greater than or equal to physics marks, right?
Oh, ma'am, I have to think about more. Okay, then I have to ask.
So see. Okay.
Activity 2.1 fourth question.
Ma'am,
No.
can you explain 9th, 11th question in this assignment?
I become confused. Can you explain it again?
Ma'am, 11th question the
Then C
same.
minus B also. C minus B.
Yes, C minus B also you can check for.
Activity 2.5 question number 3.
For last time, can you explain?
Yeah, sure. So what is this out of total cards? So C is storing total number of cards. Out of the total number of cards, if you have subtracted the cards with max marks less than physics marks, so you are removing the cards with max marks less than physics marks. So with what cards you will be left with?
Oh, maths marks greater than equal to physics marks. Yes,
Yes,
now.
that's
Yes,
what
now.
I'm telling.
Yes, ma'am. Understand.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling. So
Thank you.
what your first option is saying, number of students whose mathematics marks are at least as much as physics marks. That means mathematics marks are greater than or equal to physics marks. At least, at least means?
Ma'am, if we say at least 5, ma'am, 5 and greater than 5.
Yes. So mathematics marks are greater than or equal to physics marks.
Physics
Number of students, that is the correct option, right?
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Fine.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
question number 5, ma'am, same assignment.
Let me
Ma'am,
finish
can you
this.
do
Okay.
C minus B as well?
Number of students whose mathematics marks are at most as much as physics marks. What is at most means?
Great.
Less
Less than equal to.
Yeah, at most means less than or equal to. Mathematics marks are less than or equal. So the value of A must be at most 6 means it must be less than or equal to 6. It can be at most 6 means it can be less than or equal to 6. So mathematics marks less than or equal to physics marks. That is not the case. No, you are storing the number of students whose mathematics marks are greater than or equal to physics marks. So B is incorrect.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
why C is incorrect? Number of students whose physics marks are at least as much as mathematics marks. At least physics marks are at least as much as mathematics. Physics greater than or equal to max.
Practice
So,
assignment. It was written.
Instead of telling greater than or equal to, what you can say is like if physics marks are greater than max, then max marks are less
Understand.
than physics marks.
Yes, ma'am.
marks. No.
Understand.
So
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, this is other way of telling. So this is also storing the what
Okay.
less than or
C
equal to,
minus
but
B
it
also.
is storing this should but our C minus A is storing greater than or equal to.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So
yes.
that's why
Yes,
C
ma'am.
is
This is
also
crystal clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Third option only right now, ma'am.
Question number 3, can you explain now?
No, first option,
C
third
minus
option
B,
only right now,
the
not
next-
fourth option, ma'am.
Stop, man. Always shouting.
Ma'am, question number 5,
Ma'am.
same assignment.
Ma'am, in the
Ma'am.
solution of this practice assignment, it was
Ma'am,
written
C
A
minus
and
B.
C is the correct option.
Ma'am, please go to the 8th question, please, ma'am.
Why, ma'am?
Ma'am, first option, third option only correct, no, ma'am. Ma'am,
Why
at
third
most
option
means,
is what
ma'am,
is
at
at
mo-
least? What is
ma'am,
at
at least
most?
means greater than or equal to, ma'am. But
Yeah.
at most means less than or equal to only, no, ma'am. At most means.
Yeah.
Ma'am, but physics mark is greater than marks, but in the last option, physics marks are less than max marks.
Yes.
They have
So
given,
what-
but you are chosen that one, no, ma'am. Third option only correct, no, ma'am.
Can you tell what is C minus A? C minus A is max greater than or equal to physics marks. It is storing the number of students whose mathematics marks are greater than or equal to physics marks. It is not physics marks greater than or equal to math. It is mathematics marks greater than or equal to physics marks. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Yes.
Maika,
Okay, ma'am.
Baba, clearly you can say
Ma'am,
again.
question number
Please.
5.
Question number
C
5.
minus B.
Same. Question number 11. Ma'am, question number 11.
Ma'am,
Question
C
was already
Ma'am,
Ma'am, C
Sorry.
minus B as well. C minus B.
Okay, C minus B, I will explain and I will finish this. So what is your C? C is total number of cards. What is your
Total
B?
number of cards.
B is open.
What is your
A
B?
is marks that is max less than physics and max greater than physics.
So out of the total number of cards, if you subtract the number of students with max marks greater than physics marks and also max marks equal to physics marks, then you will be left with C minus B. No, B is nothing but less than greater than. So you will be left with equal to case only. So the number of students whose mathematics marks are same as physics marks. When B is getting incremented, if mathematics less than physics or mathematics marks greater than physics in both cases. So see, B will be storing the number of students whose mathematics marks are greater than and less than physics
Yes,
marks.
ma'am. Yes,
So
yes.
you will be left with only the equal to.
Equal to. Yes, ma'am.
Right? Yeah.
yes, ma'am.
Question
Yeah.
number 11, please,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
can
Ma'am,
you
question
explain
number
the
5.
option number 1?
Ma'am, 2.5 question number 3rd.
Ma'am, question number 11. Yes, ma'am.
Question number 11. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So a principal wants to send the students of her college to participate in annual collegiate sports festival. She created a data set of sports in the form of a cards of students. Okay, in the form of a cards as shown below. Data set is this.
Yes,
Using the
ma'am.
created data set, Rehana created a procedure to count the number of students who possess the following conditions.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The student plays at least 3 games and the student plays either cricket or football but not both. The student should play at least 3 games. That means greater than or equal to 3 games the student should play. And the student should play either cricket or football. That means he can play either cricket or football but not both. That means cricket and football should not be there. Only cricket should be there or football should be there but not both. Okay, but either one of them should be present. But she have made mistakes in one or more steps. Identify all such steps. Assume the all steps not listed in the options are error free. So what are the steps here mentioned? Only 2, 5 and 8, right? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Initially we are arranging all cards in a pile 1. Initialize the variables C, F and C X to 0. What is C and what is F we will see. Okay, C and F you can see is maintaining the count of cricket. If the student plays cricket, then we are incrementing C. If the student plays football, then we are incrementing F. So C and F are counting those students who are playing cricket and football respectively. And
Yes,
X
ma'am.
is 0. X
Ma'am,
is 0.
increment means the repetition only, no, ma'am? Increment.
Increment means increasing the value of that C variable by 1. Incrementing the value of F variable by 1. Increment will call just if we increase the value of variable by 1. Okay. If the
Okay, ma'am.
pile 1 is empty, then stop the iteration. Read the top card in pile 1. If the student plays at least 3 games, then go to step 10. So what is the condition? Using the data created a procedure, number of students who possess the following conditions. So he should possess both the condition. No, the student should play at least 3 games and student should play either cricket or football but not both. So but what we are doing in the step 9, if the student play at least 3 games, then go to step 10 we are doing. Step 10, then what we are doing, move the current card to another pile called pile 2 and repeat from step 3. So we are not checking for this, the second case. But
Yes,
the
ma'am.
second case also has to be checked. So this
Yes,
is step 5.
It's
Step 5
incorrect.
is incorrect. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So in the step, okay, if the student, if assume this step is correct, if the student has not played at least 2 games, 3 games, then go to step 10 will be correct. But here it is, we are, if he is playing 3 games, at least 3 games, then we should go to step 6 and 7 and 8 and 9. Okay.
Yes,
In
ma'am.
step 6, we are checking if the student plays cricket, then increment C. If the student plays football, then increment F we are doing. Okay, C and F are keeping track of cricket and football. So
Football.
when if the student is eligible, he should possess the following condition. No, he should play either cricket or football. That means C plus F value should be 1, right?
Yeah.
It should be 1. It should be equal to
Yes,
1,
ma'am.
not 2. Because only one condition has to be satisfied, not both the conditions. So
Either
that's why
cricket
step,
should be 1 or football should be 1. And
yes,
if cricket is 1, football should be 0.
0. So that's why C plus F value should be 1, equal to 1. So, so this is not happening here.
Okay,
We
ma'am.
are checking for 2. So that's why this condition is false. This step also incorrect. Okay. So the answer is step 5 and step 8 are incorrect. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, how,
question
ma'am?
number 5.
Ma'am, which step is incorrect, ma'am? I can't understand, ma'am.
Step 5 and step 8 are incorrect.
C5, ma'am, explain
Step 2,
C5.
ma'am.
please.
Sorry,
C5, can you explain C5?
which one?
C5, step 5, sorry, step 5.
Step 5.
Yes, ma'am.
If the student plays at least 3 games, then go to step 10. In step 10, what we are doing? Move the current card to another pile called pile 2 and repeat from step 3. So what we have to check, if the student should play at least 3 games and the student plays either cricket or football but not both. So if the student is playing at least 3 games, then we have to check for the second condition also. Okay, if the student is not playing at least 3 games, then we should stop that particular, we won't check for that card whether this cricket and football count is 1 or not. We won't check. We will move to the other card and we will check.
Ma'am, what should be the right? What should be right in case of step 5?
So instead of step 5, rather than going to step 10, the iteration should go to step 6. Instead of going to step 5, instead of going to step 10, if the student is playing at least 3 games, then we should check whether the student plays at least either football or cricket, but not both. We should check. Okay.
Ma'am,
what is step 8, miss? Ma'am, is the step 8 made any mistake, ma'am? Step 8.
Yeah. If C plus F equal to 2 should not be there. It should be equal to 1.
Oh, okay,
because either cricket or football, but not both. Okay.
Ma'am?
I'm understood. Can we go to the next one?
Ma'am, go to step 10 is
Ma'am, can you make the corrections?
Yes, ma'am. Then go to the step 10 if not present. Then it becomes true, ma'am. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Then go to step 10 should not be if the student. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Fine.
Ma'am, question number 5.
Ma'am, why we are incrementing x?
Sorry,
2.5.
Why we are incrementing x in this?
I didn't get.
The value of x. Why we are incrementing in the step 8?
Yeah, because we are keeping the count of eligible students in X. So that's what we should increment only if C plus F equal to 1 and the student should play at least 3 games. Then only in that case only we should increment the count.
Ma'am.
Then step 8 is also wrong, no, ma'am?
Step number 8 is
Add
incorrect.
45 plus 2 under single quote, then what will be the result? 47 under double quote or 47 simply?
About what you are asking?
Ma'am, I'm asking if we will add 45 plus 2 written under single quote, then what will be the result? 47
No,
simply.
it won't be 47. It won't be 47.
Ma'am,
We
it is
can add-
great question.
It will be 47
No,
under
no.
double quote.
No, that is graded question. We can't discuss it. Okay.
Ma'am, can you do question number 3
5,
from
ma'am.
and 2.8?
Question number?
5, same assignment.
Ma'am, can you please
Either
question
like
6?
and ask the questions.
Ma'am, 5.
Question Number third from 2.5 activity question.
Ma'am, same assignment, question number 5.
Yes, ma'am. Same assignment question numbers 5 and 6.
Can't you go like the way people have raised hands? Because we have raised hands for a lot of time and our doubts are not being cleared.
So actually, I'm just finishing the practice assignment questions first. So what will be represent after execution of the following pseudocode using the source data set? What is B? We are asking. Arrange all cards in single pile, call pile 1, initialize A and B to 0. If pile 1 is empty, then we are stopping iteration. All steps is familiar, no? Read the
Yes,
top
ma'am.
card in pile 1, that is familiar. In step 5, what we are doing, if physics marks not less than mathematics marks, then store physics minus mathematics marks in A. So when we are storing with what value when A will be updated? A
Yes,
will be
ma'am.
updated if physics marks are not less than mathematics marks. That means physics marks can be greater than or equal to maths marks. So in that case, we are updating our A value.
Ma'am, what is the meaning of stores here? Just like A
Stores
stores in
means-
B.
Yeah. So we are storing that it is kind of like assignment only. Like A equal to physics marks minus mathematics marks.
Ma'am, it is not less. So not less includes greater than and equal to also.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. If A
Ma'am, my
greater
doubt here is what is B here, ma'am?
if A is greater than B, then A in B, then store A in B. So for every card, so if you have 10 cards with physics marks greater than or equal to mathematics marks, so every time you will store that value in A, no? So but B will be updated only if A value is greater than B.
So, ma'am, what is the value of B, ma'am?
So for every this operation, A equal to physics marks minus mathematics marks, B won't be updated. B will be updated only if the value of B is less than or equal to A.
Ma'am, can you ask again, ma'am?
So if there are 10 cards with physics
ma'am.
marks greater than or equal to mathematics marks.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, then what your A will become? A will be updating every time, no? A will
Yes,
be
ma'am.
updated. Yeah.
Will be physics
But for
marks.
every
Yes.
updation, B won't be updated. B will be updated if and only if value of A is greater than B. That means if the value of B is less than or equal to A,
Ma'am,
then
what
only
is here A and B represent?
A is physics marks minus mathematics marks, but if A is greater than B, like if B's value is 0 and A is something greater like 28, so that would come in place of B.
Yeah. So it will be storing, B will be storing the highest difference between maths marks and physics marks. Okay.
Okay.
And can we now move on to 2.5 question 3?
Yeah, 2.5.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, just a small detail, ma'am.
Yeah, yes, please.
That B value, what will the B value, ma'am? How we compare B? What is a B value? A value is physics max minus mathematics max, ma'am. What is a B value?
First, we initialize in the second step as A and B is equal to 0. Okay. Next, we are comparing with updating A mark as max mark minus physics mark. Okay. Still B is equal to 0. After that step only, we are coming to B. Still B is 0. We are comparing A mark and B mark. Still B is 0 only. If A is greater than B, store A value in B. Okay.
So B will be storing the highest difference of mathematics and physics marks finally. So for every max minus physics, B won't be updated. Only if the value of A is greater than B, Only if the difference is higher than the previous difference, then only the value of B will be updated. Okay.
Third question from this.
Okay, let S average, SG average, BB average represent the average revenues generated from three shops. By the three shops, how many pairwise comparisons among the three variables would be needed to find the shop with the maximum average? You wanted to find the maximum average. So how will you find? We will check. Okay. Let us take, you have three numbers. XYZ as three numbers. You have to find the maximum among XYZ. So what you will do, first you will check whether X is greater than Y. Okay, if it is greater than Y, if X is greater than Y, then you will check if X is greater than Z. Okay, if X is greater than Z, then you will say max is X. How many comparisons you are doing? 2 comparisons only, no? But you are getting max. So instead, if X is not greater than Y, then what you will say, whether Y is greater than Z, you will check. Okay, if Y is greater than Z, then max will be, how many comparisons are you doing? Only 2, no?
2. Yes.
Yes, max equal to Y you will get. If it is not, if Y is not greater than Z, then max will be Z. So only 2 comparisons are required to decide which one is maximum out of 3. So that's why.
Activity 4, question number 2.
Can we ask graded assignment question?
Which graded assignment questions?
Week second.
Week second you cannot ask.
Ma'am, do not have to just like we do not have to ask any answer, but just have to show you the question.
No. What week 2, from week 2 graded assignment, we are not going to touch it.
I have a doubt in graded assignment, ma'am. Ma'am, could you please answer the graded assignment, ma'am?
Week. Of which week? Graded assignment of?
Ma'am, graded assignment question number.
Your voice is not clear.
Graded assignment, ma'am. Graded assignment, I have a doubt, ma'am.
Which graded assignment? Week 1 or week 2?
Week 2, ma'am.
Week 2 you cannot ask. No, week 2 deadline is not finished.
Ma'am, week 1, question 7.
Activity, which question?
8, question number 2.
Question number 2.
Ma'am,
Activity
you
8.
can, ma'am.
Activity 2.2, which question?
Ma'am, activity 8. Ma'am, I said activity 8.
8, question 3.
Question number 2. Activity 8, question number 2.
Ma'am, please explain both 2 and 3.
Okay. A programmer. Okay, this flowchart has to be understood by this first. So is there feedback given to this question? Okay. Consider the flowchart discussed in the lecture. This is the flowchart discussed in the lecture. What we are doing? Max. We are finding the max mathematics marks, no? Maximum mathematics marks, no? That's what we are doing here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So here the programmer inadvertently what changes the second decision operation so that it reads as follows: if card x dot max marks is less than max, all other blocks are left unchanged. If we go by this flowchart, what will be the value of max at the end of iteration? So instead of this, if you change the condition here, then what will max will represent? They're asking.
Yes, ma'am.
Minimum.
So Yeah, no, it will it
Zero.
store the minimum marks? It will be always zero only, no? So if we are starting with max as 0. We will check whether the current x dot max marks are less than 0. We will check. Less than 0, it won't happen, no? If it will be 10, 20, or 13, or 15 something. Even if it is 0, 0 is not less than 0. 0 is equal to 0. So our
Yes.
value won't be updated at all. It stores the value 0 only. Okay.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Got it,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Ma'am, graded assignment of week 1, question number 7.
I have just
Please.
one last question. Activity 6, question number 2.
2.7
Yes,
question.
ma'am.
So we'll go to graded assignment first.
On
Okay.
2.7 question 3.
Ma'am, please, week 1 graded assignment, question number 7.
Yes, sir.
The following pseudocode is executed using the Olympics dataset. So we are arranging all the cards in the pile 1, maintain a variable x and initialize it to true. Yeah. Just give me a minute.
What's up?
Yeah, just give me a minute. I will.
Hello. Hello, ma'am. Voice is not audible. Ma'am is not there in the class.
Ma'am, you are on mute. And you unmute yourself.
Ma'am? Ma'am?
Activity 2.7 question 3, ma'am, can you please explain?
Wait, ma'am. Wait, ma'am will come.
Meeting time was 6 to 8, I guess. So that's why maybe the teacher has left.
Oh, left. Ma'am
No,
left.
she did.
But she was
No, I
closing.
don't think so that she will leave the meeting in between.
Yeah,
I'm left. What's about my?
But the time is already up, don't you think so?
No, I don't think so.
Ma'am,
the screen is
explain table
not over.
question
What's
number
about
7
my
or not?
question?
Ma'am, are you there?
Hello.
I think it was an internet disconnection from her side. We have to wait patiently.
Yeah, I'm just checking in the participants.
Can anyone
Ma'am,
student tell me, ma'am, explain question number 7 or not?
Ma'am is in the meeting, but her mic is on mute.
ma'am, are you there, ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am is in the meeting.
Yeah, yes. I'm explaining question number 7.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Explain.
Have you has everyone gone through the steps?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
yeah. Arrange all the cards in single pile called pile 1. Maintain a variable x and initialize it to 0. So we are maintaining a variable x and we are initializing it to true. Okay. Yeah. If pile 1 is empty, then we are stopping the iteration. If it is not, then we will go to step 4. Read the top card in pile 1. And what we are doing, if the gender is F and nationality is Korean, then set X to false. When X will become false? If gender is F, if it is female player and
Korean.
and nationality is Korea and he's Korean. Okay. Then we will set X to false.
Okay.
X to false. Okay.
Ma'am, your voice is very slow, ma'am.
Yeah. Now is it very slow? Is it for everyone?
No, good.
It's
Now good. ma'am.
Okay. Move the current card to another pile called pile 2 and repeat from step 3. Okay, this happens. This happens for every card. Okay.
Drink some water, ma'am. Be energetic.
Yeah, is it very low?
No, ma'am. It's good. It's
Ma'am,
good.
it's clear.
But have some water. Get more energetic.
Okay.
It is low.
Your voice is too low, man.
I don't know. It's, I think, my problem with my mic. Yeah, now?
Now it's good, good, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, it's clear.
So at the end of execution, X will be true if. So we want X to be true. So when X will be true? Tell
So
me the
when
case.
all the females will be from countries other than
Third
Korea.
option, ma'am.
So even if there is one female player from Korea, then we will say X equal to false, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Even one player is from Korea,
Yes.
then we will make X equal to false. If that should not happen, X should remain true. We should not make X to false at any case. So when X won't be false, when that won't happen, only if all the female players are from
Other than Korea.
other than Korea. So even if there is at least one player from Korea, then our condition will become false. So we'll see the options. Okay, first there exists at least one female player who is not from Korea. No, right?
No.
Okay, that means the other female players can be from Korea. This means so there exists at least one female player who is not from Korea. So that means the other players can be from Korea. But if the other female players are from Korea, then X will become false, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, it is understood.
Yeah.
Yes.
I cannot understand, ma'am.
So what is meant by at least one female player greater than or equal to 1?
Understood, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have just one last question. Activity 6, question number 2.
Ma'am,
Okay,
activity 2.
Let me finish the options. There exists at least one female.
Question number 1, ma'am.
Yeah, is this question clear for everyone? There exists
Yes,
at
ma'am,
least
it is
one
clear.
female player
Clear,
who is
ma'am.
from. Okay.
Ma'am, question 5 in the same.
Question third.
Ma'am, activity 6, question number 2.
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
Activity 2.3, question number 1, ma'am.
2.3
Activity
question third.
Activity 2.3, question number 1, ma'am.
2.7 question third.
Ma'am, question 5 in the same graded assignment.
Ma'am, activity 6, question number 2.
One by one,
Ma'am,
please.
2.7.
So I will take this which question? This graded assignment question number 5.
Question 5.
Ma'am, in this time,
Yeah,
I
what
could
is
like to
not
say,
clear here?
ma'am, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah, yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Ma'am, in this time, I would like to say one thing. I have received the notification from IIT Can, who have the doubt. The doubt clarification time is 7 to 8. Everyone, I hope that student has received the WhatsApp SMS to everyone. The student tomorrow morning not a tomorrow. I have 11 o'clock. 11 to 12 is the doubt section time. That time anyone can ask all the doubts, ma'am. Not only this, any doubt it can be clarified.
I think it was a preference they asked.
It was
Yes.
a preference they asked. They did not specifically schedule anything.
No, it's a doubt clarification. Doubt clarification has sent the. I have received the SMS. I have received the WhatsApp.
When?
Doubt
If
clarification.
I may ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not aware of this. Okay. But tomorrow also we have session, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
By what
tomorrow
time, ma'am?
also.
Ma'am, activity 6,
4 to
question
6.
number 2. Ma'am, please, one last question.
Ma'am,
Activity
your voice is lagging.
2.7 question third.
Ma'am, 2.3, question number 1, ma'am, please.
2.7 question third.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
tomorrow.
Ma'am, question number 2, please.
Question
Tomorrow
number 2.
what time?
Okay. 4 to
Tomorrow
6.
what?
4 to 6.
Thank you.
Yeah. Consider a new version of the paragraph words data set that has
Can we
100
leave the
words in
meeting,
it.
ma'am? If I don't have any doubt.
Yeah, sure. You can leave if you don't have any doubt.
Thank
Yeah,
you, ma'am.
TA session is also happening from 8 to 10. You know, right? TA office hour
What is
session.
TA session?
Ma'am, from tomorrow. 8 to 10. By today.
Yeah, today it's happening. Every day it happens from 6 to 10 p.m. Okay, TA office hours.
But in
It's
WhatsApp,
not-
you have messaged that 68
Yes,
20
ma'am.
classes there, no, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. And that is the problem. We are not aware of the complete timings, not complete information is given. Ma'am, sometimes TA meetings are not there at all. They give Google link, they give Google link in Google Calendar, and then we are waiting, ma'am. We are continuously waiting. At least prior information should be given, ma'am.
No
Please
prior
convey.
information. Every day it will be there from 6 to 10.
Oh, ma'am, may I know, please, what is the TA, ma'am?
TA means teaching assistant. Like
But
you
today-
can join the session.
No,
and
ma'am,
you
but
can
today
ask-
there was a class in the morning and the classes from 6 to 8 and another
Yes, ma'am,
link
only
is not given.
68, ma'am.
Ma'am, on this section, TA section, what are all things we can to clarify what doubts we should
Everything,
ask them?
any doubt you can clarify. Any content related doubt, any question you can ask, but not graded assignment questions. Okay.
Ma'am,
Okay.
can you explain this question?
Yeah, sure.
And
Consider
that
new-
question can be asked in online.
But just tell me
offline,
there
ma'am?
will be a class or not.
So we'll go to this question. We'll take the doubts later. What is the question here? Consider the new version of the paragraph words data set that has 100 words in it. Assume that we have figured out the count of all the unique words in the data set in one iteration. After this, we initialize a variable called max to 0. This is used to find the count of most frequently occurring word. We now perform the second iteration of the unique words to compute the value of max. Okay.
Your voice is lagging, ma'am.
Max, I think internet issue only. Is it lagging? I have good internet connection only for everyone.
It's okay, ma'am. It's fine.
Okay.
No, ma'am, your voice is
So to
cracking,
find-
ma'am.
Now is it fine?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
good.
Now it is better, ma'am. Now
Yeah.
it is better.
After this, we initialize the variable max to 0. That is used to find the count of most frequently occurring word. So count will store the count of max will store the count
देखिए ये डैम
count of
जब जल
most
बांध के
frequently
ऊपर पहुंचता है
occurring.
तो यह गति धीरे धीरे कम हो जाती है। इसके कारण बांध के नीचे सेडिमेंट की जमावट होती है।
Who is-
सेडिमेंट बांध के पीछे
Can you
इकट्ठा
tell who
होता है।
is unmute?
अगर आप भी साइंस की समझ रखते हैं तो इंडियन
Yes,
साइंटिस्ट
Kumara
को
ma'am.
सब्सक्राइब और लाइक करना ना भूलें।
What is his name?
ये डैम जब जल बांध के ऊपर पहुंचता है तो
Maybe
यह
it is
गति
Kumara.
धीरे धीरे कम हो जाती है। इसके कारण बांध के नीचे सेडिमेंट की जमावट होती है।
प्रयास
सेडिमेंट
और ये-
बांध के पीछे इकट्ठा होता है। अगर आप भी साइंस की समझ रखते हैं
Ma'am, 3 years, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Max variable actually is used to store the count of most frequently occurring word. Like
Word.
number of most frequently occurring words we will keep track of. The final value of max is 6. How many times was it updated during the course of program?
Yes, ma'am. Exactly 6 times.
No, see,
At most.
there are 100 words. Assume that we have figured out all the unique words in the data set in one iteration. Unique words only there. Okay, after this, we initialize the variable max to 0. This is used to find the count of most frequently occurring word. So, if the most frequently occurring word is it,
Unique word means the word which occur only once.
unique words means, so not word which occur only once. Okay. Yeah, I can say that.
Ma'am did not understand the question.
Okay, we'll see. Consider the new version of paragraph words set
Your
that
voice
has
is
100
lagging.
words in it.
My voice is
It's
I
fine,
don't,
ma'am. It's
I don't know,
fine.
it's your
fine,
problem
ma'am.
only. Yeah, assume that we
Fine,
have
ma'am.
figured out the counts of all the unique words in the data set. Okay, we have 100 words. Now, if it is present 2 times, then the value will be 2. If verse is present 3 times, then the value will be 3. If it was, yeah, if he is present 10 times, then the value will be 10. So actually, this is the what we are telling. Assume that we have figured out the counts of all unique words in the data set in one iteration. That means we are storing the number of this one only, counts of unique words. So how many times it is present, how many times was is present, how many times he is present. Unique words means,
We are
yeah,
storing the frequency of the all words in the data set.
yeah, frequency of all unique words. So yeah, that's what. Yes. After
ma'am.
this, we initialize the variable max to 0. This is used to find the number of the count of the most frequently occurring word. So now you are setting max equal to 0. Now let's take another word. She, that is present only 4 times. Okay, now we are setting max equal to 0. And what it should store, max finally should store the count of most frequently occurring word. So max should be 10 here, right? Most
Yes, ma'am.
frequently occurring word is he. So it should be 10. So yeah, the thing is the final value of max is 6. The final value of max is 6. Okay, the final value of max is here, let us take it is 6. Then the question is, how many times max is updated in this case? How many times was it
At
updated during
most
the
6
course?
times.
So here, how many times is it updated? Can you tell? Here.
1 time.
4 times.
No. Here first we will check whether 0 is less than 2. If we go iteration by iteration, 0 is less than 2. Yes, 0 is less than 2. So max will be 2. And then we will check whether 2 is less than 4. Yes, 2 is less than 4. So max will be 4.
Yes, ma'am.
And yeah, 4 is less than 6. We will see. Yes, 4 is less than 6. Max equal to 6. Yeah. Again, we will see whether, yeah, we will see whether 4 is less than 6. No, 4 is not less than 6. Max is won't update it. So max is updating only 3 times. So it is not, we are not updating it exactly 6 times. We are not updating. It can be what? Exactly 6 times we are not updating. No.
Okay, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Mm.
Ma'am, here we are not updating the value as we are counting it. Here we are first calculating the total count of all the unique words, and then finally we are comparing them with the maximum word, na ma'am?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Question
Ma'am,
number 3.
actually question 2.3. Ma'am,
2.7
please.
question number 3. Please, can you explain?
Ma'am, 2.3 question number 1,
So
ma'am.
have you gone through this feedback? It is feedback also there.
Yes, ma'am. Please, can you explain 2.7 question number 3, please, ma'am?
Ma'am, 2.3 question number 1, please, ma'am. I'm waiting from
2.7 question 3.
So actually we are just, I will stay back here for 15 more minutes. Okay.
Ma'am, actually, I had tried joining that Google Meet, but nobody was letting me in.
Achha, nobody's letting you in. Just give me a second. I should make something there. Okay, just give me a minute.
And that Google Meet actually mostly never works, honestly.
No, it will work. Actually, it will work. Let me
Yesterday
just.
did not work.
Yes, ma'am.
Yesterday it did not
Yes,
work.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yesterday I didn't.
Wait. Let me give me a minute. Okay.
Ma'am, if some problem like this occurs, whom should we contact?
Yeah, usually it won't happen. You can write in Discord or somewhere this kind of problem. But this usually this is Friday only, no? Yeah. Just I will join. Just give me a minute. I am doing something there. Okay, are you able to join now? Can you try?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Just give me a minute. Wait. Yes. Soham, now you are co-host, so you should admit the students, okay, whoever are joining. Hello. Yes, Soham. Yeah, you are co-host now. Please admit the students.
Ma'am, can you just share the Google Meet link?
It's there in your calendar.
Sorry, Soham, I cannot do anything now. Please continue this. Yeah, please allow the students and finish their doubts. Okay. I am in other meet. Okay. Yeah, I'm in session. Yeah.
Guys, please allow me just noting these points.
Ma'am, I can't get the link.
Okay, it's there in your calendar. Okay.
It is not showing, ma'am.
It's there in everyone's calendar. Have you just what?
Yes, ma'am. There is a link in the calendar.
Yeah, it's there in everyone's calendar. It should be there.
Someone please share this on chat.
Yeah, please share. Okay, if others wants to join. Okay, now which question are we discussing?
Ma'am, can you go to the graded assignment once again, please? Your voice was lagging that time.
Ma'am, what is done in the Google Meet meeting?
Yeah, same kind of solving only. You can ask your doubts and TA will answer the doubts.
Ma'am, activity question
Ma'am,
2.3, question
third
number
you
1.
will
Please, ma'am. I'm in
7th.
waiting from 2 hours, ma'am. Please.
Which one?
Ma'am, 2.3, question number 1.
2.3, question number 1.
Yeah.
Ma'am, this third one first you were explaining.
Ma'am, I have doubt, ma'am. Ma'am, shall I proceed, ma'am? Ma'am?
Activity 2.3, question 1. Just let me finish this, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Question number?
Question number 1, ma'am.
Okay. Suppose.
Ma'am, I have received the supplementary books from the IITM. That supplementary books.
Suppose we wish to find the shortest sentence in the paragraph words data set. Okay. We decide to use the two variables min and count that keep track of the length of shortest distance so far and the length of the correct sentence.
There are 2 boys, ma'am, coming.
Someone is there in the other call also. Yeah. Which of the following is a valid initialization for minimum? If you wanted to find minimum, then you have to assign highest value. Okay, if you wanted to find max, then you have to assign max variable to least value. Okay, so here you are finding why is that case? Why is that thing you need? In order to find minimum, you have to Okay, I will stop sharing here and share.
Ma'am, could you please, ma'am? Shall I proceed, ma'am?
Let me finish this, okay?
Sure, thank you.
So what, both my screens are visible, no? Both of my screens.
I am unable to hear you, ma'am.
I don't know. I'm audible clearly. My signal and everything is good. Is it for everyone or for you only?
It is audible.
Okay.
Yeah, perfectly audible.
Double sounds are coming.
Yeah, someone is in the other meet and they're speaking, I think. Okay, let me finish this. So if you wanted to find max, then you will initialize the variable to some lowest value. If you wanted to find minimum, then you will assign minimum to some highest value. Why this is so? Because now if you're starting with some highest value for max, like 100, if you wanted to find highest total marks, and if you have assigned max variable to 200, then how will you update your max? You will check whether the current total marks are greater than max. Okay, if current total marks are greater than max, then max equal to x dot total, you will say. No, you will check whether my total is greater than the whatever existing max. Then if it is greater, then I will update max you are doing. But if you initialize it to some higher value like 200, then higher value like 100 or something, 200 or something, then will my variable max be updated at all? No, right? No. So it
Yes,
should
ma'am.
be, in order to find max, it won't be updated at all. Max won't be updated at all if you initialize it to some higher value. So in order to find max, you have to initialize it with some lowest value. In order to find
Excuse me, ma'am.
minimum, in order to find minimum, we should initialize it with some higher value. No, why I'm saying this? For in order to find minimum, what you will do, if my current card max marks are less than minimum value, then I will update minimum to my current card value. So but if you are initializing it some lower value, if min value is assigned to some 0, if min value is assigned to 0, that won't be updated at all. So in order to find minimum, you have to initialize it with some higher value. In order to find maximum, you have to assign it with some least value. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am,
Yeah.
I got it.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
can you now explain 2.7 question third?
Shall I ask my doubt, ma'am?
Yeah, yes, please.
Ma'am, I have received the portal in IIT Madras. Is it is a week 1 to week 12, ma'am? The week 1 to week 12, that is the books of the, that shall I take a printout on shortening time to have to clear it off all the lessons, all the, that is the right way, ma'am?
No, it's not the right way. You have, what you are telling, I'm not unable to follow, actually.
No, it's a portal in IIT Madras in portal. In our portal, in the supplementary books, I have received the each subject, English 1, mathematics, and statistic, and computational thinking. Each subject have, yeah, it's books. It's supplementary book. The week by week, week 1 to week 12. It's have the week by 2 week. It's available. The lessons through the lecturer. The lecturers who going to the teach doubts and all that be previously initiated, and the books are available in the records. The availability. So I can to go through that. It's good way. That's my question to you.
Yeah, it's good way only, but you have, yeah. So but the thing is, you have to definitely watch the lectures and then solve the questions. That will be more better than going through the book. Like watching lectures and solving the questions are compulsory. You cannot negotiate it. Okay, just by reading the books is not sufficient. Go watching lectures and solving activity question, and then extra you can do read the book. That is good. Okay, if you read the book, that is good, but without watching lectures and without solving the question, that won't be ideal. Okay.
Ma'am, it won't be changes, right? The previous April or February month, the subject, the books will be the similar, right? The Jan and to the May now, June now, the same,
Yeah.
right? There is no any different.
Yeah.
There is no.
Yes. Yes.
That's right.
So what is the doubt in 2.7? Yeah, yes. What
Ma'am,
is doubt in
third
2.7?
question.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Take the clear it of all this thing, ma'am.
The
Thank you,
best
ma'am.
of-
Thank you.
yeah.
Hi, ma'am. Hello.
Yeah, yes, please.
Hi, ma'am. Actually, I'm a class 12 student. The thing is that I'm having exams right now, and also on Wednesday, I have to submit a week 2 assignments, right? So the thing is that I'm not able to manage both the things. So is there any exemption for me to
No,
extend the due
no
date?
exemptions will be given. No.
Well, what can I do?
Yeah, you should allot your time to solve this and that both you have to manage. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No
Ma'am,
exemption.
she can, ma'am, I
Okay,
can do
let
say
me
one.
solve. Let me do this questions first.
We can
Technical
proceed
doubts first.
September, ma'am. We can proceed
So what?
September.
Ma'am, the time
Oh.
schedule is from 6 to 8.
Yeah, 6 to 8 only, but I'm extending. Yeah, let max marks be a variable that keeps track of maximum total marks in the score status set. Let marks card be a variable that keeps the track of index of the card which has maximum total marks. We write a procedure similar to the one which is given in the lecture to determine the maximum total marks and the index of the card that is corresponding to it. So max marks store the maximum total marks and max card will store the index of that particular card. If the max marks is updated n times during the execution, how many times the max card will be updated? That will
N
be the
times.
small n times. Okay.
Yes.
Let there are n cards in pile 1. Assume that pile 1 is arranging in the ascending order of total marks so that the total marks in any given card are always less than the total marks in the card immediately below it. Ascending order is small to big, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Assume that the no two cards have the same total marks. How many times will the variable max card will be updated?
It will also be big N.
It will also be big N. Yes, because the cards. So based on the answers from the above question, what is the correct relation between small n and capital N? What is
Listen.
small n?
It is the number of times the max card was updated.
So max in this case, in the small n case, the cards are in random order. We doesn't know. Okay. But in the capital of big N case, the cards are in some ascending order, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what? So let us take the same thing here. Ascending order we will take like 20, 23, 45, 57. So in this case, how many times max variable will be updated?
Ma'am,
4
4 times.
times. Max variable will be 4 times. Okay, if our cards are in random order like 45, 57, 20 and 23. In this case, how many times max variable is updated? Only 2 times.
2 times.
So this is small n. And this is capital N, right? In the capital N case. This is capital N case and this is small n. So what you can conclude, n can be less than or equal to capital N. Okay. So if the cards are in some random order, then the number of updation can be less or equal to capital N. But if the cards are in some ascending order, then for each and every card you have to update till the last card. So max will be all like max variable has to be updated n times. But in the case of some random order, it can be less than or equal to. The last card can be the max card, or in the middle itself you can find the max card. So it can be less than or equal to n. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
So
can you go to the graded assignment question, please?
Which yeah, graded assignment?
Week 1, question 5.
Yeah, this is the last question we are going to take. Okay. Question
Yes,
number
ma'am. I
5.
too feel hungry, ma'am.
Yeah, question number 5. Yeah, because we have TA session also, no? Yeah.
Ma'am,
Question number
just I have the doubt in step 9 why the option is to be true, not false.
No, let us take, you are telling the hypothesis, when hypothesis will be true, when we should say hypothesis should be true, if the student
A should
is,
be less than B,
okay,
then the
let's,
hypothesis.
others also should understand, no? A student
Okay.
proposed a hypothesis that less number of students are born in the first half of the year than the second half of the year. So hypothesis will be true if the what, if less number of students are born in first half than in the second half. Okay, she wrote the following procedure which uses the scores dataset to verify the hypothesis. However, the procedure may contain some errors. Find the errors at present. Okay, so actually, in order to tell your hypothesis is true or false, we have to keep track of the students who have born on first half and who have born on second half. Okay, if there are less number of students in first half, then say less number of then second half, then hypothesis should be declared as true. Okay, according to step 1, we are arranging all the cards in single pile called pile 1, and step 2, we are maintaining two variables A and B and initializing them to 0. This A and B actually keeps track of number of students who are born on first half and second half respectively. Okay, if pile 1 is empty, then stop the iteration and start from step 8. If pile 1 is empty, we will stop the iteration and we will go to the step 8 and step 9. Okay, read the first card. In step 4, we are reading the top card in pile 1. In step 5, we are just seeing if the date of birth is from 1st January to 30th June, then increment, that is first half. If the students are born on first half, then we are incrementing A. So we are starting iteration and we have to end the iteration, like we have to keep the track of number of students who are born on first half and second half. Okay, after keeping track, that means after counting the values of A and B, after finishing, like after checking for each and every card that whether he is born on first half or second half, then we will stop the iteration and then we will finally check what will be the values of A and B. Okay, so that's why we will, here we are telling if the pile 1 is empty, then stop the iteration and go to step 8. In step 8, actually we are checking whether the values of comparing the values of A and B. Okay, move the current card to another pile called pile 2 and repeat from step 3. Okay, we are this step 3. In step 3, what we are doing, we are checking whether there are more cards, and then if there are more cards, we are just taking note of how many students are born on first half and second half. Okay, that's all. Actually, in this iteration, what we are doing, we are incrementing A and B based on the number of students who are born on first half and second half. So this step 3 and to step 7 are just iterating. We are just iterating over the cards and seeing whether the students is born on first half or second half. If he is born on first half, then we are incrementing A. If he is born on second half, then we are incrementing B. Is it clear for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If A greater than B, then declare the hypothesis to be true. That is false, right? A is keeping track of first half students. We should tell the hypothesis should be true if the more number of students are born in, if the less number of students are born in first half than second half of the year. If A is less than B, then the hypothesis should be declared as true. Okay, so step 8 is incorrect. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, if A less than or equal to B, then declare the hypothesis to be false. This is also incorrect because if A is less than B, like let us say the case where A value is 23 and B value is 45. That is, less number of students are born in first half and more number of students are born in second half. That means the value of A is less than B. In this case, our hypothesis should be true, no?
Yes.
But what we are telling, if A is less than B, then we are declaring hypothesis to be false. That statement is also incorrect, right?
Ma'am, but it's written equals to sign also.
Yeah, equal to sign is also there. But in this case also, it should be true, no? For this case, it should mention it as true. If A is less than B, it should be declared as true. But here we are declaring if it is less than B also, if A value is less than B also, then also we are declaring hypothesis as false according to the step 9.
But if the value is equal, then what will be happen?
Yeah, if the value is equal, then hypothesis should be false. That we are mentioning it correctly only. But if the value of A is less than B, in that case also we are declaring hypothesis as false. But that should not be done, no?
But in answer, step 9 is written it as correct.
Yes, step 9 is incorrect.
Oh, in my assignment, it was not showing this. I don't know why. Let me check.
Ma'am, but for the equal to sign, the statement is correct, and for
Yeah,
the
but
less than sign, it is wrong.
wrong. If we mention a
So
statement,
how do we decide that?
yeah, that should be correct for in all cases. Whatever statement we write, that should be correct in all cases. Okay, if we are mentioning less than or equal to, then for the less than case, it should be, it is, that means in the less than case also we are telling it as false. But for the less than case, it should be true, no?
Yes,
This
ma'am, I got
statement,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I want to give some advice to improve this course, ma'am.
What? Yeah, please tell.
Ma'am, your explanation is very fantastic, but these sessions are very useful but very time consuming. Why are not you provide such video solution, ma'am?
So we have PDF solutions, but video solution for the graded assignment, see, you have solution PDF. If it is not clear, then you can ask in the sessions. But for activity questions and practice questions, everything, the video solution is not possible giving. So students here come and ask like every question, like activity, practice and graded, not only graded, every question, practice and
Okay, ma'am.
activity.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, the video solution is also a good idea, but it can be provided only to graded assignments. But for
Okay, ma'am.
every practice assignment, it is will be difficult. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for the feedback, but we'll consider it. I will tell to the team. We'll see accordingly what this is. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thanks all for joining the session. Let us end here. Okay. And you have TA office hour session from 8 to 10. It is happening there. The meeting will be there in your calendar, and you can join that session tomorrow also.
Ma'am, can you tell me what is the difference between TA session or this session?
Yeah,
Teaching that.
TA sessions are generally taken by TAs, okay, who are teaching assistants, and this session is taken by course instructor. And the thing is, in the TA office hour session, you can join, you can come, you can, like, it is office hours. If you have any doubt, you will go to professor office and you will ask some doubt, and you will, once your doubt is clear, you will disconnect, no? But in this regular session, actually people stays here, like listens to other doubts also. It is kind of
Okay, ma'am.
extra effort, we are extra session that is taken to clear your doubts. Okay, if some students are unable to ask here, yeah, they can go and ask there. Yeah.
Ma'am, I did not understand TA assignments, TA sessions. Can you explain again?
So TA sessions means nothing. You can go and you can ask any doubt you have. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah,
It
you can
is
go
on
and you can
Gmeet,
ask.
right?
It's on Gmeet. You can go and ask in your any doubt. Yeah. You can
Ma'am, tomorrow
disconnect
class
once your doubt is finished. Yeah.
available, ma'am.
Tomorrow
Classes
4 to 6
4 to
p.m.
6. Ma'am, okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day, ma'am. Have a
Yeah,
Ma'am,
thanks.
TA session is according to Google Calendar, right?
Yeah, it's according to Google Calendar only.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks all. Yeah, thanks.
good night, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, good night. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. It's very useful to me.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello.